So welcome to Boning Horson's Academy with yet another very important video and a piece of information that I would like to convey. In the present contemporary field of homeopathy, there is a flurry of books. So many books, so many authors, and so much marketing is happening, so much promotion is happening. Each author, each writer wants to promote his book and get to reach and sell his book. The young student, the young novice who passes out gets completely swayed by this promotion, by this marketing. Each book, which book to read, there is so much of a choice, and there is a complete confusion which book to read, from where to learn, and from whom to learn. So, to throw some light and to bring some order in this chaos, it is very important that how we choose our books. So first, whatever book, whichever book one chooses, the information has to be authentic. That is the first criteria. The information has to be supported with clinical experience, whatever may be the topic. So if we look at, say for example, as an example, if we try to take up the topic of miasm, and if you want to read things about miasm, so there are so many books now available, but the most authentic book always on any topic comes from the first person who described, understood, and got an insight into that area. So when we talk of miasm, we will talk about the discoverer of miasm, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. His literature would be the most important literature to read through. And alongside, to read how he applied in his cases this concept of miasm and how he chose his remedies on that. This will clarify Hahnemann's understanding the original idea of miasm. This I call as the primary source of the topic. Then comes secondary sources. Secondary sources are other colleagues, contemporaries, homeopaths who will make a commentary or who will elaborate on what the primary author or authors have already brought to light. Now here is the space where one can get most confused, because so many authors now have poured in their experiences. So how to choose these secondary authors wisely? So there are some points that I follow in my personal practice, and I will share them with you. The first most important idea is to see if the profession at large has recognized the author and his work on that topic. So if we are taking the example of miasm, we hear that the secondary author, best of the secondary author, which the profession has recognized, is the Allen's miasm. Then the idea also the profession has recognized Kent's work on miasm. Third, the profession has appreciated Dr. Ortega's work on miasm. These are some of the reputed, recognized authors by the profession at large. Then there would be a situation where we the things are relatively new. Then are the newer authors. So how do you choose the work of a newer author? The work of a newer author has to be studied critically to measure its authenticity and to measure how well and logically is the work expanded upon. So the criteria for this, if you choose a author X, it will be important that you study his references, his study, what are the literature that he has studied before he is writing a particular book or discussing a particular topic. This is first very important. If you find that the references are very authentic, references must include the primary source and must include the already known reputed authors by the profession, then the other can be included in this. The second part is you will have to see whether what is written by this author is what he is practicing. That means it has to be supported by case evidences from his practice. And third, you will have to find out from the profession, in the profession at large, his reputation, his or her reputation at large, and what people say about the scientificity and the integrity of this person. These points, if you can do a thorough check, then you will find good authors. You will be able to pick up good authors, both primary as well as authors who are relatively new and contemporary. So do follow these guidelines and keep a tab on the authors that you work with to read your work, so that there is very little chance of being swayed away from the real understanding of the topic. Remember, when beginning from the primary author to the secondary and then the more contemporary works, usually there is a change in the original idea. The original idea definitely changes, and if the work is bad, the original idea is altered to a point of harm in your practice. So this is very important to recognize. So keep watching videos. Do subscribe to the Boni Hossain Academy videos. We will come up with more interesting information and very practical, valuable information for all of you.